But yesterday, as I pulled out of or not yesterday, last Sunday, when I pulled out of the parking lot, I looked across and man, I'm telling you, I saw 50 motorcycles lined up there. And I could hear the music playing and different things. And He just said, hey, okay, this would be a good day for the bike blessing. And I pulled out there and I looked and I said, yeah, not on your life. So I hung a right like I was going to leave Eudora and head to Tonganoxie. And I'm not kidding you guys. He said, oh, you coward. And I said, all right, I'll do it. So I went around the block and I pulled up and I got out of the car and I told Carol, you just stay here. And I walked around the corner and I'm telling you, there was 200 people sitting around the back listening to music. And I went, oh my, what have I gotten myself into? Dressed like I am basically now, I walked in, I walked up, and on the stage where the band was, I just paraded my little self right on up there and turned around and looked, and I saw do-rags and Fu Manchu and wraparound sunglasses and all these rough characters. I'm like, oh boy. So I whistled. I stuck my fingers in my I whistled as loud as I could, and the whole place stopped and got quiet. And I said, Lord, I need your help here. And I just simply asked. I said, hey, I'd like to pray a blessing on your bikes today. And nobody answered. Nobody said a word. And then finally, a couple of women, and those women on the back of those bikes, after all them guys drinking beer, probably needed the blessing on their bikes as much as anybody there. But anyway, long story short is, a couple of them said yes, and I went down and I walked on the bikes and walked on the road bikes, and I was scared to death, just because I didn't know if I was doing what the Lord was asking me to do it in the right manner. And I did my best to pray. I got about halfway down, I'd run out of prayers, and I said, all right, so we start over and we pray again, and we finish the rest of them. I get to the end, and I run into a group of about 4 people, and kind of a rough woman said, what are you doing here? And I just told them I'm praying a blessing on your bikes. And of course, she was very thankful at that point. So, long story short is, I hear God in some ways, and I was very fortunate that in His way to make sure that I heard it when He said, all right, you coward, just go do it. He spoke to me in a way that I understood, and it was about being obedient. I just said yes. And sometimes that's all you can do. I have no idea if anybody got anything out of that blessing. I'm hoping that somebody got home safely that might not have got home safely. And anyway, we made it happen. So thank you for letting me share this. All right.
Yeah. The reason